beautiful humans. Welcome back to another episode of Unbreakably Bold. It's your host, Christina Delgado, and I am so grateful and excited to be here with you today. Where to even start with this episode? I feel like I have low-key just been in my own world recently. As you guys know, I moved to California and it's been a whirlwind. There's been so much that has come up for me since moving here. A lot of family dynamic stuff. If you guys have heard some of the episodes about toxic family and healing from toxic family, that's just a quick glimpse into kind of what I'm working with. Coming back here, back to where my entire family is. I haven't lived with them for 10 years. It's been a lot and it's been interesting, and it's definitely challenged me and where I'm at in my healing journey and the tools and the things that I've learned. So with that and all that I've been working through, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it's been a time. It's really interesting. I feel like in my life, I go through waves. I go through healing eras almost. So that's what I like to call it, is right now I'm in my healing era. A few months ago, I was in my manifestation era where I was manifesting this huge move here. And now I'm okay, now we've up leveled. Mo levels, mo problem, right? The more you up level, every up level you have into a new vibration, into this new state, into this new manifestation that you've been wanting, now you have a different level of issues and challenges and opportunities. And so that's kind of where I'm at. And I've been in my own bubble, really have been off of social media, and kind of have been almost in my own low-key just healing bubble of isolation. And when thinking about this episode, there are so many things that I feel I could talk about because I'm working through a lot of different emotions and a lot of trauma that I'm healing. But I don't feel quite ready to just share all of that just yet. I really would like to my typical Virgo self, I really would like to clean it up and really just make sure that I am feeling everything that I'm meant to be feeling and that I'm working through everything so I can compile it all and clean it up and give it to you guys in a way that you can really use on your healing journey. That's why I'm here. That's why I do the show. So stay tuned for that. There's been some deep healing, so we're going to get some good lessons to support you all on your healing and inner work journey. But today I kind of just want to give you a little bit of a pep talk and a reminder, and these are also some reminders that I've had to remind myself on the past few months as I've been going through my healing era. I just want to give you guys some reminders for your healing era and healing journey. So let's get into it. So starting with the title of this episode, the only way out of the darkness is through. I really want to emphasize this because when you're on your healing journey, I've been on my healing journey since 2020, so it's been about 3 years now. I have been through so many ebbs and flows of the journey, so I'm not gonna lie, there are times when I'm oh, okay, I think I have this healing thing figured out. Okay, I think I've healed this piece, right? I think I've healed this part of my abandonment wound, and I think I realize I have a fear of rejection here, and I feel like I've done so much work, and then sometimes here I go back into the healing era. There's something else that is needed to be learned, and so I feel with that, it can be so easy to get down on yourself and be oh my God, I'm taking steps backward. I already learned the lesson to this. I already did this thing. I already felt this thing. I already, meditated on this thing. And I've done so much work around this. Yet, how am I back here? How is this old ass trauma, this old ass situation that I swore I was over, how is it coming back? I must be going backwards. I'm not doing this healing journey right, or I'm not doing this life thing right. And if you have said that, or you're saying that to yourself right now, I want to tell you that I've been there, and I have said that. I said that probably about a month ago. I remember specifically saying to my friend, because I remember feeling I just need to get how I'm feeling out. And I remember specifically saying, I just feel like I'm going backwards. I have worked through my confidence. I've worked through my self-worth and my self-esteem. I feel like I've already done this. And as soon as I said that, I just allowed myself to say it, and I sat in it for a minute. And then when we hopped off the phone and I thought about it further, I was oh, that's just so unfair. That's so unfair for you to say to yourself. And That's because all the work that you've done has not gone to waste and you have not taken a step backwards. What I'm really learning on this healing journey and this just spiritual journey and like life journey is that when you up level into a new vibration or into this manifestation that you want, there are new lessons that you need to learn to be able to go into your next manifestation. One of the things that I'm going through is my dad found out about my podcast and he heard some of the things that I had to say about toxic family, and he's not happy. He hasn't spoken to me for months. And, at first I'm like, oh, darn, like, why is this happening? But then I'm like, honestly, fuck it. It has to happen. It has to happen for me to get to where I want to be with my podcast. It's going to happen at some point. Might as well be now. Happy to have a conversation with him around it, right? And so the thing is like, I really don't believe my podcast will ever go to the lengths that it's supposed to go to if I don't clear this situation up now. Like this is happening for me. And I really want you to look at that throughout this like darker period that you may be in is like, how could this be happening for you? I'm not saying like completely invalidate your feelings and act like nothing's happened and like high vibe life. Like we're not doing that. I hate that. But what I am saying is when you get to the point after you've been feeling a little bit and you've been like in this little like isolation period in this healing era, how could this be showing up for you and not just to mess with your head or just to mess with your mental health or make you unhappy? How could the universe be supporting you in something that you really, really want? How could this help you on your journey, right? It's all about perspective, and we know that. It's all about perspective. It's all mindset. The discomfort is the way through. The discomfort is what heals you. The discomfort is what shows you what you're capable of. The discomfort is what shows you who the fuck you are, who you've been, and how you want to move forward as the beautiful, amazing human that you are. So you don't suck, and you have not gone backwards in your healing journey. And you haven't gone backwards in life. These are just different levels now that you're reaching, and you have new things to learn. Another reminder is ride the wave. Ride the wave of these emotions that you're feeling and do not drown in them. I have been in my healing era and have been isolating to a degree for it's been about 2-3 months now. I am somebody who has struggled with depression and anxiety throughout my life, and I can say that I have not hit the depression side. I haven't hit feeling like I'm depressed, but I've been very, very close. I have been dangerously close. So I want to tell you to ride this wave, and I want to also tell you that it's okay to feel how you're feeling. It's okay to not be feeling high vibe. It's okay to not be feeling like complete joy and happiness every day and maybe feel some sadness and some anger. That's okay, but do not drown in that feeling of the sadness. It's okay not to be okay, but don't attach to it. Know that you are capable of getting back up and bouncing back from this and learning the lessons and continuing to move forward. Know that you would never be given something that you cannot handle. Trust that, believe that. And that doesn't have to be a belief that everyone has, but if that's a belief that you want, always remember that you have that power. So do not attach to the fact that you're feeling bad. I'm not saying don't admit it. I'm just saying don't attach to this feeling. Like I used to say, I'm so depressed. I'm so depressed. I was making myself more depressed. Language is so important. How you communicate is so important. Everything you say with your mouth, your subconscious is taking in. They're like, oh, good. She's feeling safe. She's feeling isolated. She's feeling alone. She's feeling not good enough. So she's not going to go out there and put herself in danger and talk to people that she doesn't know, right? You're reiterating exactly what your subconscious wants to hear to keep you safe, but it's not keeping you safe. It's keeping you small. And it's keeping you in this feeling and this energy of I'm not good enough and something's wrong with me. When you are more than good enough and there is nothing wrong with you. You're feeling your shit, and we love that around here. With riding the wave, that is another part I want to say. Feel your shit. Feel your emotions. Everything that's coming up is coming up for a reason to teach you a lesson. Instead of getting into your emotions and feeling bad for having them, why don't you in turn feel your emotions? Allow yourself to feel them. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself the love and compassion that you deserve to feel when you were younger or when you were in your trauma. Give yourself that love. Feel it. and interpret your emotions. Your emotions are literally your GPS. Your emotions can really help to support and guide you if done in a proper way. So when you're having these red light emotions, the anger, feeling bad, feeling sad, when you're having these not ideal emotions, why are they happening? What are you possibly allowing in your life to allow those emotions to happen to you? Or what's your inner dialogue? What are you saying to yourself to keep yourself in this space of feeling that emotion? If you know that you're feeling angry, are you telling yourself in your head nonstop about how angry that person made you or how bad of a person that you are and that's what's making you angry and revved up? Are you doing that to yourself? A lot of the times we are, and a lot of the times we fall victim to ourselves in our language and the inner dialogue. But because you've been on your healing journey, you do know better. So you get to catch yourself. It's fine, you indulge for a minute. Now you catch yourself and you know better. So do better with love. And I do have an episode on how to feel and interpret your emotions. I will tag it in this description of this podcast episode. But seriously, go listen to that. I give you some really basic tools that I still use to identify emotions. Sometimes it's hard to know what you're feeling and what you're working through. So I have the perfect tool to support you in that. But go listen to that. And to top off the riding the wave and not drowning in it, please give yourself love and compassion. I know I just said this, but I just want to put extra emphasis. It is its own bullet point. Give yourself compassion in the love. Like what you're working through, healing trauma, rewiring your brain is not for the motherfucking weak. And that's why there are so many angry people shooting up schools, doing crazy stuff because they're not healed, because they're in so much pain inside that they can't see outside of it. But you, if you're listening to this, you know you have options and you know you have tools. Use them and love yourself. And be that support that maybe you never got when you were younger. And cry about that. Feel that. That's okay for you to feel it. But do better for yourself and give yourself that love and compassion that you know that you deserve and that you know you're going to give to your kids or that you know you're going to give to your sibling if they were going through this. Do it for your inner child. That's like my biggest motivation with my healing. Like this little inner child inside of me, like 9-year-old Christina, she deserves so much in this world. And unfortunately, I feel like she got the short end of the stick sometimes. But guess what? I'm here to give it to myself. As an adult, I know better, so I get to do better. And lastly, I just want to let you know that I know you're probably feeling not high vibe and like you're not in the best space right now because you're feeling so much and you're exhausted. But I want to just remind you that you are leveling up vibrationally. You are. This is what we have to do sometimes. We have to go into our little cave and we have to feel these things and we have to heal these things and we have to acknowledge these wounds and this part of ourselves that is screaming to be acknowledged. That's what we do as healers. That's what we do. And what a blessing to be able to do so. And when you get out of this space, you're going to break through. Sometimes you have to break down to break through. Trust that you are exactly where you're meant to be. And when you're ready, step into your higher self. So like I've had 2-3 months of just feeling not great and honestly not taking care of myself, not getting proper sleep, not getting a proper water intake, not having a healthy diet. Like I have not been in my best state. There's been a lot of traveling. I just moved. I don't have a routine. Like, where's my Kennesaw Mountain? I miss it so much. But it's all happening for me, and I do believe that. And when you feel ready, get excited and step into your higher self. What does she look like? What is she yelling at you? Like, can you feel her trying to communicate with you? Is it that you need to get better sleep? Is it that you need to change your schedule? Is it that you need to go back to that one thing that you loved doing as a kid? What is it? But just know that your higher self is a tool. It's a huge tool. Make a new higher self vision board. Do a cute little Pinterest board. Like, do something to remember who that person is and to be reminded of that higher self version of you and how they're moving forward today, what they're trying to tell you to do now. Use your higher self as an alter ego. I have an episode on this as well, so I'll go ahead and link it. But when you feel like you feel like you're ready, you feel like you're getting some momentum, you feel like you're getting a little bit of pep back in your step. When you feel ready, use that higher self energy of yours and lean into that. Allow that to inspire you to take your next step. Allow that to inspire your next manifestation. I feel for you if you are working through this part of your healing journey, if you are in the depths of the healing, because I know how it feels. I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now. And I just don't want you to get down on yourself, because I used to get really down on myself in the very beginning, and you just don't deserve that. So I wish I could go back and change that for myself, and I can't. So I'm doing it for you. It's not that serious. You can get through this tough part of your healing journey and inner work journey without punishing yourself, and without thinking that you're less than, and without thinking that you've taken a step backwards, because you haven't. The fact that you're being given more healing opportunity just shows how big your future is. It just shows how big that thing is that you are supposed to be, or that you want to be, or that you want to feel, that feeling that you want to get from these manifestations that you want in the future. It shows how big your vision is, and how big the vision of God and the universe are for you, because you just have more lessons to learn, and you need to learn those lessons to push forward and to support other people and to support yourself. So don't get down on yourself. This is an opportunity, even though it doesn't feel like it. And I know it's exhausting, and I know it feels like you've been punched in the gut over and over, but it's happening for you. And you get to change your belief to that. If you don't believe that and you want to adopt that belief, you get to adopt that belief. That's the amazing world that we live in. And if you believe that you can do that, that's because of that healing work that you've already done in the past. It's already supporting you and showing up for you. So the only way out of the darkness is through. And you are so capable. You've done it before. You can do it again, and you're doing it now. Don't give up on yourself. I'm never giving up on you. So, do I feel complete here? Is there anything else I want to say? I think the only thing that I feel I want to say is just thank you for supporting me and standing by me and still tuning into the podcast. I know that I'm not really on social media, haven't been consistent with that, and I'm just working through a lot of inner child work and a lot of healing stuff right now. And so I really appreciate your patience and your love and just your constant support through this journey. I don't know if I can ever show it enough or say thank you enough, but I really am so grateful. And so thank you for giving me an opportunity to push myself and to push myself to get on this mic, even when sometimes it doesn't feel like it's calling my name. And sometimes it doesn't feel like I have anything that anybody really needs to hear. So thank you for supporting me and just bearing with me as I work through the things that I'm working through. If you guys enjoyed this episode, go ahead, leave a rating, a review. I would love to hear your thoughts on the episode and how I can support you in the future. I'm so grateful that you're here, and I'm sending you so much love on your inner work and healing journey and giving you the biggest hug. Okay? See you in the next episode. Bye.